Let's see. Do you want to do the first 10?
Yeah, I can do the first 10.
Share my screen, or does that make it easier?
If you want, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Just a second. It's got to load that now. All right. Should be sharing, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. And we're off.
All right. I'll start with the first one. The main function of the Federal Reserve System is to, I put control the money.
That's what I had as well.
All right. Number 2, the M1 money supply is composed of, I put this first one, all coins and paper money held by the general public and the banks.
Okay. It's I put checkable deposits and currency in circulation, and I know it includes checkable deposits. So, because checkable deposits are readily converted into cash, they're accepted just as cash, just like check is. So,
Aren't checkable deposits and currency in circulation considered as M2 money supply?
M1's always considered part as M2, but those are M1, which is part of M2 as well.
I want to see.
I'm
Okay,
almost positive it's that one. If you want to put the other one, though, go ahead. But
I want to read this verse because I could have sworn it was all coins and paper money because it said like coins and paper equals the M1. Well, I mean equals currency. Actually, you're probably right about that because the fourth one is referring to currency as well as checkable deposits. The only thing I thought was that checkable deposits were M2, not M1.
No, they're both.
Are they both? Okay.
Well, because M1 is part of M2. So.
Well, yeah, that's true. But here they're asking for just M1. They're asking for M2.
Yeah, so strictly M1 is that.
Okay.
All right, you want to go to the next one?
Sure. Let's see, there's only items which are directly I just put M1.
That's what I have is M1. So. Okay, 4.
What was that?
You want to do number 4?
Yeah, number 4. This one, I don't. I think I got it right. It was a little tricky because of all the numbers. I think it's the second option, the 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. What do you have?
Okay, I have 1 through 6. So I have the first one.
The only thing that, let's see.
So I had, and the difference is money market mutual funds held by businesses. So I'm just pulling that up so we can see it. It's actually, you're right. It's the second one.
All right. Because one thing I couldn't find was I couldn't find number 3 in the reading, which was money market mutual funds held by the business.
Yeah. No, and it's money market mutual funds held by individuals, though. So you're right.
Yeah. All right. Number 5. One reason that near monies are important is because I chose the second option. They can be easily converted to money or vice versa, and thereby influence the stability of the economy.
Yep, that's what I have.
All right. Number 6. The Federal Open Market Committee sets policy on the sale and purchase of government bonds by the feds.
Okay, and I had the first option. I'm not sure on that one. That was hard for me.
Did you see the FO? Did you see the? It was the FOMC. It was in the reading, and showed about how they set policy for sale and purchase. Well, it said that they provide sale and purchase of government bonds. So that's why I chose the set policy, the third option.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it. Let's see.
I have it right here. regularly to direct the purchase and sale of government securities in the open market, which the securities are bought and sold on a daily basis. Yep, so I think you're right.
All right. Okay. Number 7. Where is it? Okay. Number 7, when a banker records how many dollars of his borrowers he owes the bank, money is serving as a, this one I couldn't figure it out, but I think it's stored of value. What do you think?
I was putting unit of account, but I do see how it could be that as well.
Yeah, that's what was throwing me off was either a legal tender, unit of account, or stored of value.
But I think how many his borrowers owe the bank. So I think it is a unit of account because it's accounting for how much each individual person owes the bank.
Okay. This unit of account then?
I think so. I'm not
All right.
sure. Do you want to go with that, or?
I want to kind of review it.
Okay. It's definitely not medium of exchange or legal tender.
Yeah. So let's see, where is the...
It's the first section, the functions of money. So unit of account says extent in which prices can be stated and the value of goods and services can be compared. Store of value is an asset set aside for future use. So I feel like since he's not planning on using it for the future, it's kind of the measurement of different things. I want to say it's a unit of account.
Okay. Which page is that in? I can't find this. Was this in chapter 15?
No, it's chapter 14, the first section. Page 314.
All right, I find it. Found it. Society's monetary units of dollars and the United States is yardstick. A standard unit in which prices can be stated, the value of goods and services can be compared, one of the 3 functions of money. The question was, when banker records how much he owes, how many dollars he owes the bank. Yeah, I'm going to go with unit of account.
Okay.
All right, number 8. Money functions as a store of value if it allows you to, I chose delay purchases until you want the goods.
That's what I put.
Okay. Number 9. United States currency has a value primarily because, so I thought it was either, I'm sure it's one of the last 2. I think it's the third one, which says is relatively scarce, is legal tender, is generally acceptable in exchange for goods and services. But then again, I'm not sure. It might be the 4th one too.
It's not the credit card one. That doesn't a part of money at all. So.
All right, because that was what was throwing me off because there wasn't any. It didn't say anything about credit cards in the reading, but at the same time, it kind of makes sense. But I wasn't sure if it was the 3rd one or 4th one.
Yeah.
Did you choose the 3rd one as well?
Yeah.
All right. Number 10. If the purchasing power of the dollar is falling, then it follows that the price index is rising. Is what I put.
Yep.
All right. Your turn.
So 11, a bank has $2 million in checkable deposits in the bank's balance sheet. This would be part of, and I put liabilities.
Yep, same here.
Okay, 12 says the required reserve ratio is equal to a commercial bank's required reserves divided by its checkable deposit liabilities.
Yep.
Okay, 13 says, blah, 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 blah. Refer to the data given above. If the reserve ratio is 10% and a check for $10,000 is drawn and cleared in favor of another bank, then the actual reserves to the bank above will, and I put decrease $10,000.
All right.
The money goes away from that bank and goes to another bank. So that decreases checkable deposits. It also decreases, though, the
value, right?
The reserves, yeah.
That was throwing me up because I wasn't sure if it was 10,000 or 9,000. I know by how much, and I couldn't figure that out. But I think I felt pretty good about 10,000. It was that it was an example in the reading that said something about how it was less than the actual decrease, and I just wasn't sure about that. But that's because they're transferring that's because they're transferring from one bank to another, I think, and that's why it became the value became less of it.
Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Does that make sense to you? That's decreased 10,000?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. If it's leaving from that particular bank, then yeah, it will be 10,000.
Okay, so 14, I put money is created when a bank grants a loan to a customer.
Yep, I got that right there.
15, the federal funds rate is the rate the bank pays for loans from, and I put other banks.
Yep, same here.
16, if Bank A has excess reserves, here, just a second. Hey, see ya. Sorry.
All right.
16, if Bank A has excess reserves $1 million and all their banks in the system do not have excess reserves, then the amount of additional loans that can be made by the banking system will be, I put a multiple of 1 million.
All right. Why do you think it was multiple? I mean, I wasn't sure. I thought it was either fraction or multiple. Oh yeah, the multiplier is when you take the difference. So for example, in this case, it was, what was it? Well, $1 million. But basically, you take the reserve ratio and then you subtract it by 1, and then you can use that, but times it by the million, right?
Yeah. No, you take the reserve ratio.
Yeah.
Divide it by 1, or 1 into it. So you just make it times it by 1. No, you divide 1 into the reserve ratio, and that gives you, so if it's like the reserve ratio is 50%, 1 divided by 50% is 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I put that. So that's what I'm thinking. Now I'm not sure. It's either that or it's either going to be the 1 million also. Unless, you know what I mean, it just depends on if the loan gets made in or out of the banks, different loans. But I think 16 would be the third one.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So 17 says when people withdraw money from their deposits in the banking system, the excess reserves of the banking system will decrease.
Yeah, that's what I had.
Okay. 18, I put the fractional reserve system of banking started when goldsmiths began, and I put issuing paper receipts in excess of the amount of gold held.
Yep, that's what I have as well.
Okay. Number 19 says the required reserve ratio of 15%, the value of the monetary multiplier would be 6.67.
Yep, that's what I have.
And 20, the balance sheet below is for the First Federal Bank. So the required reserve ratio is 20%. The monetary multiplier is 5.
That's what I have as well.
Okay.
All right, let's see. I can put these answers in.
Yep.
For the third one, you chose M1, right?
Let me check. Yes, M1. Yep.
Let's see.